Hey guys, Steve from Travel Mischief. Right, this is the second part of our videos of New Zealand's capital, Wellington. So we brought you the first one, which was Dockside, where all the restaurants are. Now we're heading down along the harbour, and I just want to show you how beautiful Wellington actually is. This is the harbour. It goes right out. A real sailing mecca. Looking over here with these houses, this is Oriental Bay over here, and you can see some of the new development that they've done along the dock side over there. So what we're going to come down through here now, this is kind of, I don't know, this is the parklands of Wellington down through here, and it's quite interesting. You've got buskers. You've got people running markets. We have a Scottish man over here on his bagpipes, I'm guessing. Now, Wellington has a very large multicultural background. We've got many boats came in here, refugees after the Second World War and before. There's shrines actually just over here that show some of the boats that basically they were just refugees looking for a safe port, a safe harbour to go, and they pulled in here, and New Zealand accepted them, and they've now made up a large part of the multiculturalism that we have here in Wellington. And it really comes out in the food, the art, and the culture that we have here in the capital of New Zealand. We had a Polish boat that pulled in here with over 100 people after the Second World War. We've had boats from Greece, Italy, Africa. So basically, look, New Zealand is a very accepting country. So, and what that has helped do, a young country, just under 200 years the country's been around. So pretty much everybody that's come here at one stage or another was probably a refugee from somewhere. So, but this is the foreshore of the harbour, and it's simply beautiful. You can see just how much of a pristine, beautiful place New Zealand is. Like, you look down into the water and you can see meters down, there's no pollution, beautiful and clean, and plenty of fish, I can tell you that, which is always a good sign of a great ecology. So this is the foreshore along here. We have markets down here. It's called the underground markets that you can go to. Normally open just on weekends. This is the I was telling you about one of the plaques that they have down here. It says about the Polish children that came here just after the Second World War. Big plane taking off. Look at that one. It's a big one from Singapore Air. And the airport is right in basically the middle of town here. Well, not too far out of town anyway. So another plaque here to the United States for the Marine Corps that came and helped defend New Zealand in the Second World War. So I'm going to, we've got some nice little deli places here. I'm going to turn off now, and we'll do a second part of this, because we're heading down to the National Museum for New Zealand. All right. Okay guys, this is Steve from Travel Mischief, and here we are today, just about being run over by a push bike to bring you this video of Wellington, New Zealand's capital city. Now here we have the barrier. There's all padlocks along here, similar to what they do in France on the bridges. It's supposed to be put your padlock down to express your love to somebody, and you lock it on here. Some people have even had their padlocks. You can see some of the people have even had their padlocks engraved. So that's Poppy and Irish, just there. And we have Bogey, and then there's Yating actually. So interesting. Buy yourself a padlock, get it engraved, and pop it on here for everyone to see. Now, over here, walking the plank. During summer, and we're in autumn at the moment, but during summer you'll find many kids and adults all around here jumping straight into the water off here. Shows how clean the harbour is. I don't know if I might be doing that into the Hudson, but yeah, it's beautiful and clean here, and there's lots of places. They actually promote it actually as part of Wellington. They promote people climbing up these things and jumping into the harbour. So it's quite interesting. Now, this big building that we've got in front of us here, this is the New Zealand National Museum, and at the moment I believe they've got a number of exhibits, one of them being dedicated to Gallipoli. We are coming up to Anzac Day next week, so and I believe that I've actually seen it. It's amazing. It was done by the chap that did Lord of the Rings. His name escapes me at the moment, but the same director that did Peter Jackson. That's it. Finally came to me. I think it's actually Sir Peter Jackson now. So he's done it. He has a special effects house here called Weka, and these are the people that do. They've done all the movies, not only Lord of the Rings, they did Avatar, they've done World of Warcraft, they've done many of the sci-fi movies. They're the number one place. They do a lot of the Marvel movies actually. So they create all the costumes and the robots and everything else at Weka. We've been out there too, and it's amazing. So yes, so he had Weka actually do that part for him. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off here. We've just got a few food trucks here, just a bit of street food, so we're going to grab a bite to eat and we'll continue from there. Okay guys, Steve here again from Travel Mischiefs in part 3 of our walk around on the dock of Wellington, the capital city of New Zealand. Now, as we mentioned earlier, this area has a lot of people that busk. You can hear one. We've got the brew bar over here, so a bit of a pub. You can come around, and we're down now towards the museum, and this is where another area where there's theatres and a lot of places. But I wanted to show you this. This has actually been built by the council, and people walk up this, and indeed when they get to the top, do you know what they do? That's right, they jump into here and then climb out up that ladder. So as I said to you earlier, they do promote people jumping into the harbour. I don't know many places in the world that would do that, but obviously the water is pretty clear here, and there's probably not too many sharks. So there you go. So we have the theatre, and over here we have the New Zealand National Museum, or better known in Maori, the Museum New Zealand and Te Pawa. Look, there's a lot of Maori artifacts and everything in this museum, but I was saying there's also a exhibit on Gallipoli, which was done by Sir Peter Jackson, same chap that did Lord of the Rings, which is very interesting. So it is free to get into the museum. Sometimes they do have shows that come over from overseas. I think they've got one at the moment that's got all the clay Chinese soldiers, and you will have to pay if you want to see that. But the majority of the museum is free, and we've been here a number of times. We've seen exhibitions from Air New Zealand, obviously the one I was talking about, which is really worth seeing, from Gallipoli, and they're all free. So a great free activity that you can do in New Zealand when you're in Wellington, the whole family, and it's a good half a day to get around this place. So that's it for me on this video. This is the part 3 of it, and I'm going to be doing a few more of other things that you might want to have a look at while you're in Wellington, so keep an eye out for that. Alright guys, this is Steve from Travel Mischief. I'm signing off, and please subscribe down the bottom, or like the video. It always makes us happy to know that you're enjoying the work we do.